All right, so I'm going to give it a second, and then we'll get started. I'm glad to have you all because it archives it forever. Um, and so you can come back to this practice, or if there was someone else who wanted to join and couldn't make it, they've got that here for them as well. So yeah, so we're here on my porch, and so that means that there's going to be background noise, and that's just part of the practice, right? So we'll hear cars go by. A few minutes ago, when I was practicing, there was an ice cream today. I think right now, with everything that's going on, we have to make sure in yoga or mindfulness, you have practiced being present, even when things are challenging, even when things are looking for your attention. So we have practiced for this time in our lives when shit's a little bit crazy, truthfully. We're gonna pick up the pace a bit, but you can still pay attention. You can still feel your feet on the ground, feel your hands on the ground, hear the sound of your own breath, and use these as ways to be deeply present in this moment. So when things are vying for your attention, like your cat nuzzling your arm when I'm trying to talk to you, like the news cycle that is just sort of in the background of my head a lot of the time, the fears and the uncertainty, we can find a little bit more groundedness in the physical body. I teach on this all the time, and it's never been more true than now. And so we're going to use a lot of tools in our practice today that we can take with us on and off the mat. And so that will include working with our breath in a really intense breath. So we'll do some of that. We're going to chant. And if chanting is new to you, or if you don't know the words, and if you get too caught up in the words, that's okay. It's in a different language, right? It can be challenging. You can think of it instead, challenge our balance and our attention. And that's not to make you feel less than the person next to you or the person you imagine is also practicing with this video, but it's a great opportunity to check in. I have noticed in my body that I'm extra wobbly when my mind is full. And so we're going to have just an opportunity to check in without judgment, without criticism. So we're going to dive right in. And if other folks join in late, fine, great. So let's come up to a seat. If you're not there already, I've got a cushion underneath my hips. And I should say before we get started, I did make a playlist, which is linked below in the description on Spotify. Now would be a good time to pull it up on your phone, but don't start it yet. We're going to start a bit in silence and we'll share mantra. And then if you want to have the playlist to go along with class, I'll give you a cue for when you can start it. So you can go ahead and cue that up on your phone or whatever. And then ease your way to a seat. And let it be a seat that feels regal without being rigid. Close your eyes or soften the gaze down on something in front of you, and not like a piercing, shooting lasers out of your eyes gaze, just a soft attention. Take a great big breath in through your nose, and just a sigh out the mouth. Do that once more, breathe in. Extend the sigh as long as you can out the mouth. Let the breath empty completely and then breathe in again. Hold the breath. Open the mouth wide as you exhale. Do that once more. Breathe in. H-A. Breath in. Kali breath, tongue out. One more time. Great big open breath. Inhale. Tongue out. Seal the lips and allow the breath to move in and out through your nose. Draw the breath in, up, and down, all the way through the throat, the chest, the belly, and into the pelvis. And then back up the same way. On your next exhale, just the face. Allow the face to softly hang from the bottom of the ribs. Travel, follow the path of the breath in and out through your nose. turn up the volume. So make your breath audible. And I want you to memorize this sound of your breath. And if at any time during your practice you don't hear this chorus of your breath, then you can know to either set your intention a little bit closer on the breath or back off. All right. Your eyes. So we're going to do a mantra next, and I'm going to show you the words because that helps me visually. And if you come to my in-person classes, I don't do this. So you're getting the secret trick. So we're going to be doing a mantra for protection today. I'll talk about the meaning a bit, but here are the words. So if you want to look at these, if you want to write them down, I mean, I guess you can. If you Google mantra for protection, it'll probably come up, or just if you search the first phrase, Ad Gure Name, it'll come up. So it's 4 sentences. The first is Ad Gure, so you roll that R, Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. So I'm going to say it and you're going to repeat it back to me. All right? Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. So those are the words. And essentially it is a mantra of bowing to the idea that there's something bigger than ourselves. And so, you know, there's sort of spiritual interpretations of that you can find to fit you. For me, I like the idea that none of this is permanent and that our future has always been unknowable. And the sort of strife that we're feeling now is that all of us are realizing how unknowable what is coming is. And so if we can surrender ourselves, if we can trust, Sat is truth, in the teachers, the gurus, those who bring us from darkness to light, which is ourselves, our breath, those who challenge us. These are gurus in our life. Our practice, our yoga practice can be a guru. If we are willing and open enough to trust and listen, we can figure out what the next right step is. So in Buddhist tradition, you know, we accept that the future is unknowable, and we accept that we can't plan our lives. But what we do try to do is figure out what the next right action is. That's the phrase. That's the catchphrase. What's the next right action? And so you do that by slowing down, by being less reactionary and more intentional. Then we're going to take a mudra with our hands. So again, it's just another way in. It's another tool of intention. So we can just sit here and flop in our bodies and not pay attention to our breath. We can sit up tall. We can breathe really deep. We can chant words with an intention behind them. And we can have an intentional placement with our hands. So we'll be taking Abhaya Hridaya Mudra, or it's the courageous heart. So take your palms, let them face towards one another, and then cross the wrists. Now, backs of palms touch. Listen closely. Loop your pinky fingers together. Loop your middle finger together. And loop your first fingers together. Now, your ring finger and thumb should be free, so tap the ends of those fingers together. So you've got pinky, middle, and pointer fingers looped together. Ring finger and thumb touch. Hold this shape in front of your heart. And if you're just like, right? So find the variation in the hands that works for you. Close your eyes. Allow the shoulder blades to move together and down the back like a scaffolding for the heart. So we are in an attentive seat. Deepen your breath again. Stay just as you are. Stay in your breath. I'm going to sing it through once. And you're going to join with me. And it doesn't matter how it sounds because you're at home, right? All right. It goes like this. All right, join with me twice through. Breathe in. Breathe out the mouth. Breath in to sing it in. Just like that, one more time through. Breathe in. Breathe out the mouth. Stay just as you are. Inhale. And exhale. And so if you've got a block or a blanket you can roll up, that's going to come in handy. We're going to come to sort of a half squat. So you'll bring your left knee down to the ground, your right foot on the ground, and then your right hip can find a block or a blanket. So I've got this block right underneath my hip. So find yourself there. And feel both feet on the ground. Top of the left foot, bottom of the right foot. You can interlace the hands and arrive in the body. So you can leverage the hands against the knee to bring the chest a little taller. Now bring your left hand to your left thigh. Bring your right hand down, and you can take your first two fingers around the right big toe, or if that's too much of a reach and you're hunching in, just bring the hand and grip the shin. So you've got right hand, right arm inside the right leg. Left hand is resting on the lap. Draw the shoulder blades together, breathe in. And as you exhale, reach the left arm to the back of the room. All right, so take the gaze back over your left thumb, and then press the right forearm into the right knee, right shin. Drag the shoulder blades together so there's almost a back bend here. Chest is lifted. Lift your left arm up beside the ear, and then take it across. Left hand finds the outer right knee. Reach your right arm to the back of the room. So we're just taking this twist in the other direction. And notice if that knee wants to hug in, keep it right in line with the hip as the gaze comes to the right. The belly. Lift the right arm up. And then take it forward. Bring both hands to your knee and then just shift the weight. Rest the belly on the thigh. The fingertips might even come down to the ground. We might find a little stretch in that Achilles, in the calf. All right, walk the hands in. We'll just take it to the other side. So we're going to switch this quiet Shiva shape, or sometimes it's called like a warrior stance. All right. So find yourself on the other side, both feet on the ground, top of the right, bottom of the left. Hands interlace at the knee, lift the chest up. Bring the left hand down, grip the shin or the toes. and then reach the right arm back. Keep going like that. This one doesn't quite work for this knee, so I'm modifying here. Take your right arm up, take it across, hand comes to the outer left knee, and then unfurl the left arm to the back of the room. Gaze over the left thumb. Good. Take the arm up. Bring both hands to the knee and then just shift the weight forward. Press the belly onto the thigh. So shift enough forward so you can feel that in the back of the calf. Come up. Set your blocks aside. We're going to meet on our backs. So let me direct this down. Mimi and I are going to meet on our backs. So lay down. Soles of the feet on the ground. Heels in close to your hips. Bring your arms along your side so the triceps are down on the ground. And then bend the arms like robot arms, palms face towards one another. Press into your feet. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift the hips up. Lower the hips down as you inhale. Lower the arms along your side. All right, we're going to move this with breath. So this time, inhale, lift the hips up for bridge pose. Take the arms overhead, biceps frame the ears. As you exhale, lower everything down. Hips lower, arms lower. Keep going like this with breath. Inhale, lift the hips, take the arms up, overhead, back so the palms touch the ground. Do that again. Exhale, lower. Keep going like that with your breath. Inhaling to lift the hips, arms overhead. Exhaling to lower the hips, arms along your side. 3 more times. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. Breathe out. 1 more time, exactly like that. Good. Lower everything down to the ground and then lengthen your legs out long. Bring a diamond shape in your hand. So you've got thumb and first finger to touch. Bring that right underneath your sacrum, so at the base of the spine. Squeeze your knees into your chest and then lengthen the soles of the feet to the ceiling. So your neck will be neutral and back of the skull on the ground. Flex your toes back. The knees can be a little bit soft, but we want the feet actively pressing to the ceiling. All right, breath in and breath out. This time as you inhale, lengthen the legs forward. Keep them straight-ish. Go as far as you can before the low back lifts. And as you exhale, squeeze the knees into the chest. So it'll look like this. Inhale, up and forward and down. Exhale, squeeze in. Keep going. Only go as far down as you can before the lower back might lift off the ground. Slow and wave-like movement is what we're looking for. 3 more times. You can do this. You can do the hard things. We practice building our capacity to deal with adversity here with core work, with balance, so that we build a habit of trust in the strength of our being. Lengthen the legs up, and then bring the feet down. Release the hands, hug the knees into the chest, rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. And you might grow this rocking and rolling. The toes might tap overhead. The feet might lightly tap at the front. Keep going. Back and forth and back and forth. And then maybe you roll into a squat, or maybe you crawl your way into a squat. We're going to meet in what's sometimes called a horse squat. So it's malasana squat. Feet, toes out, heels in. Squat so your hips are above parallel. Bring your hands to your knees. And then draw the belly button up. Keep the legs as they are. Take your arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open arm twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist left. Stay in your breath. Keep the legs. Keep going. Twist as you exhale. Once more each side. Good. Inhale, stand up. Interlace the hands behind the skull. Walk the feet so they're underneath your hips. Unlock the knees, press into the feet. Now, wrap the elbows back towards one another, and then find just the babiest back bend. So the shoulder blades, like a scaffold for the heart, allow me to lift the chest a bit. Reach the tailbone down. Lengthen through the front side body. Keep the lift of the chest. Reach your arms overhead as you inhale. Take the arms wide, soften the knees, and fold forward as you breathe out. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Breathe in. Fold forward and breathe out. Knees can be soft. Wide arms and flat back. Stand tall. This time, interlace the hands overhead. Point the knuckles towards the ceiling, and then find that same back bend. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take the arms wide and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Same thing, wide arms and flat back. Interlace the hands overhead so they'll look like this overhead. Reach the fingertips up. Reach the heart up and back. So we're growing the back bend each time. Inhale, wide arms to fold, exhale. 3 more times like that on your own. Breathe in, halfway lift, fold and breathe out. Urdhva Hastasana, interlace the fingers up and back. Stay for a full cycle of breath in your back bend. And then fold forward as you breathe out. 2 more times on your own. Maybe close the eyes. Feel free to customize this for you. My invitation, as always for your practice, is to make this work in your body. Most of this can be done seated or with knees down, all of that. 1 more time all the way through. Audible breath. Good. We're going to meet standing, and then bring the arms along your sides. Close the eyes, shake out the arms, shake out the knees, roll the shoulders, shrug them into the ears, and then let them soften down. All right, we're going to pick up the pace of it. Take your arms overhead as you breathe in. Settle into the legs for chair pose as you breathe out. Feet can be touching, feet can be parallel, and hips with distance. You find what works for you. As you inhale, lift your right knee into your chest. And as you exhale, we're finding that quiet Shiva shape that we started with. So slow and steady, right knee comes down next to the left foot. Hips can sink back, fingertips can find the earth. So we're in this kind of ready warrior stance. All right. From here to standing split. So hands come down, shift the weight into your left foot, lift the right leg, bow the torso down. Halfway lift as you inhale, bow as you breathe out. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, find your low lunge. So back knee is lifted. If you want to modify it a bit, you'll bring the right knee down. Fingertips or blocks or your water bottle to bring the chest a little forward. Root down through the right hand. Lift your left arm high. Low lunge twist. Lift the right hamstring high. All right. Let the left hand find the ground. Shift the gaze forward. Press into your feet. It's high lunge this time. So legs stay the same, arms come high, and then adjust so that the hips face forward. So you might soften into the right knee, wrap the right hip forward, and then re-lengthen through the knee. Press your palms at your heart. Keep your left knee just as it is. Chair pose. Right foot meets the left. I know. All right, left knee into your chest. Breathe in. One-legged mount. Quiet Shiva. Left knee comes down. Next to the right foot. Right hand comes down. As you inhale, bow and breathe out. Step the left toes to the back of the mat. Low lunge. Right arm high, low lunge twist. Left hamstring high. Light up the leg. Inhale and exhale, hand comes down. High lunge this time. Lift your arms and stay in the legs. Square the hips to the front of the room. And there's even a little back bend here. So even a lift of the chest. Palms at your heart. Right foot stays the same. Step the left foot forward. Chair pose. All right, we're going to go through that a couple times, a little bit faster. So I'm going to talk at one breath, one movement. You're going to move at the pace of your breath. And if you want to take a couple of breaths in a shape, that's up to you. All right, breath in, one-legged mountain, right knee up. Breath out, quiet Shiva. Breath in, standing split. Breath out, low lunge. Breath in, low lunge twist. Breath out, hand comes down. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, palms at the heart. Chair pose, right foot forward. Inhale, left knee up. Quiet Shiva, let the knee come down. Low or standing split as you inhale. Low lunge as you exhale. Lift the right arm as you inhale, low lunge twist. Right hand comes down as you breathe out. High lunge as you inhale. Press the palms as you exhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. One more time, both sides. Right knee up. Quiet Shiva. Standing split. Low lunge. Twist. Fingertips down. High lunge. Press the palms. Chair. Settle in. Last time, left knee up. Breathe in. Quiet Shiva, knee comes down. Standing split. Low lunge. Right arm high, breathe in. Hand down, breathe out. High lunge, inhale. Palms press, exhale. Step the left foot forward, chair pose. Stay for your breath out. Lift your arms up as you inhale. Breathe out the mouth, tongue out, exhale. Once more, breath in. Breath out. Stand tall, lengthen the arms, lengthen the legs, breathe in. Palms press at your heart as you exhale. You'll find your standing back bend of choice, so either hands at the back of the skull or the interlace overhead we were working with. Root down through your feet and slowly telescope the spine up. Root the tailbone down. Lift the heart from the back body. Inhale. Exhale, take the arms wide. Good. All right, breath in together. Breath out the mouth and bow. Wide arms and flat back, stand tall. Press the palms at your heart as you breathe out. All right, we're adding on. Lift your right knee into your chest, one-legged mountain. Good. We've been here, we're pros here. Now, cross your right ankle above your left knee and bend into your left knee. So it's a one-legged chair pose. Ekapada Utkatasana with a figure 4 in the legs. So if you look from the side, right knee is wrapping out, left knee is bent like chair pose. Stay here, send the tailbone back. I like hands in a mudra at the heart. You could also bring hands to your hips. All right, don't think too hard. Release the right foot down next to the left, pinky toes touch. Good. Okay, don't think too hard. Fingertips come down to the ground. Lift your heels. Rotate to the left. And then your toes are going to face the back of your mat. So you'll be at the top of your mat in a forward fold, toes facing back. Halfway lift as you inhale. Fold and breathe out. Stand tall, arms overhead. Left knee into your chest, one-legged mountain. Good. Okay. Lift your left foot forward. So leg is straight-ish. Hug the belly in, so we're not just lifting from the hip flexor. I want you to land the left foot halfway down your mat. Land it there. And then warrior three. Lift your right leg behind you. Charge the heart forward. You can keep the mudra at the chest, but make the body a capital letter T. Now listen closely. From here to one-legged mountain, draw the right knee up into your chest. We've been here. Sole of the foot towards the back of the room. We've been here too. Hug the belly button in. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, all the way back. Shift the weight, warrior three. Lift your left leg. Body's a capital letter T. All right. Draw the left knee up into the chest, one-legged mountain, figure four, cross the ankle. We've been here too. Now, ankle comes down outside the pinky toes, fingertips come down. It's the same thing we did. Walk the fingertips to the right this time. Pivot on the toes. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Inhale, arms high. It'll be your left knee to lift. All right. Same thing. Step it to the center of your mat. Lift your right leg, warrior three. You can always modify this by bringing fingertips to the ground for a little more stability. All right, lift the right knee up. Step it forward. So we're like really slow ministry of silly walks here. Right foot roots, left leg lifts. One-legged mountain. Figure four. Get the gist? We're going to do this over and over. Cross the ankles, fingertips down, walk to the right, halfway lift, and fold. Arms lift, right knee lifts. Keep going. Step, warrior three. Lift up, big step, stable in the feet, warrior three. Into the chest, figure four, pause, bend the knees, cross the ankles, and turn. It'll be your left leg to start. Step, warrior three. All right, so you got the gist. Move like this with your breath. If you want to add on any arm variations, you're welcome to. So it'll always be right foot lifting as we're walking to the back of the mat, and left foot starting when we're walking to the front of the mat. Keep going. All right, last time, we'll go to the back of the mat, and then back to the front of the mat. Keep going with your breath. If you feel like you're doing it wrong, you're not. Are you listening to your body? Are you breathing? You're doing it right. You're here. That's it. All the way through. And we're going to meet in a standing forward fold at the front of the mat. Take the feet nice and wide. Bend the knees a lot. Bow the head down. Reach the arms to the ground. Shake the head, yes and no. And maybe a or a flutter of the lips. All right. One more bit of oomph, and then we're going to bring it down, okay? All right. Halfway lift as you inhale. Fold and breathe out. Lift your arm high as you breathe in. Press the palms at your heart. Lift your left knee into your chest. So it's the same tools. We're just using them in a new way, okay? All right. Quiet Shiva. Slow and steady. Right knee comes down. Here's where it gets fun. We're going to come from Quiet Shiva right into Warrior 3. So those Warrior 3 walks are going to come in handy. All right, shift the weight into the right foot, lift the left leg, lift the arms. Any variation with the hands. They can be wide like I have. You can have a mudra at the heart. You can reach the arms forward. Hands at the hips can be useful feedback. All right, as slow as you can, high lunge. Left toes back. Lift your arms up as you inhale. Breathe out the mouth, exhale. Arms lift as you inhale. Warrior 2 as you exhale. Open the hips, so right toes at 12 o'clock. Left toes pointing towards the side of your mat-ish. Arms wide and awake. Good. Peaceful warrior. Up and back, stay in the legs. Low lunge, frame the foot. Standing split, lift your left leg. Forward fold, left foot comes down. Last time, halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out and bow. Wide arms, flat back, stand tall. Press the palms. Right knee lifts. Okay, last time, slow as you can, Quiet Shiva. So the right knee comes down, it's like an elevate 3. Shift the weight into the left foot. Press off the top of the right foot to lift it behind you. Press into the legs, lift the heart up. Warrior 3. Powerful in the breath. Reach the toes, high lunge. Toes back, arms high. Breath in. Tongue out, Kali breath, exhale. Arms lift as you inhale. Warrior 2 as you exhale. Powerful legs, reach the fingers, left toes forward. Tip the arms up and back for peaceful warrior. Cartwheel the hands down, low lunge. Standing split, right leg lifts. Right foot comes down as you breathe out. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Bow and breathe out. Last time, stand tall, arms overhead. Last standing back bend. So either Kali Mudra, this interlace overhead, or the interlace behind the skull. Wrap the shoulder blades together, press into the feet, lift the heart. Lift the breath wide. One more inhale, one more exhale. Release the arms along your sides. Shake them out. Lift your arms up. Lift onto your toes, heels lift. Breath in here. As you breathe out, it's all right, 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Exhale. Arms lift as you inhale. Heels lower, arms along your side as you exhale. Let the arms get totally loose. Soften the knees. Let the chin fall into the throat. And then think crown of the head to the ground. Round your way to fold. Arms are heavy. Knees are soft all the way down. Just let the body pool on the earth. Shift the weight forward and back in the feet, side to side in the feet. And then gracefully or not gracefully, make your way to a seat. And support yourself so you can sit tall. We're going to do a little breath work, a little pranayama. Close down the eyes. Find your comfortable seat. And bring both palms face down. And I want you to notice the quality of your breath right now, without changing it and without micromanaging it. What can you notice? Is it warm? Is it smooth? Is it a little rough around the edges? Is it fast or slow? None of these are better or worse than the other. We're going to do a pranayama, nadi shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. And it's another one of these tools that you can take with you when you're feeling overwhelmed. When you're feeling like you just don't have control over things, or you just need to slow down, get here. This is a really useful practice for me when I've got a lot of ideas of what I need to do and it's hard to focus. So we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. And if you've got the playlist, make your way towards the last, second to last, third to last song at this point if you're in that real upbeat part. All right. Take your first two fingers and bring them to your forehead. Bring your right thumb outside your right nostril and your right ring finger outside your left nostril. So your hand looks like this. All right, close your eyes. I'm going to move my hand so you can breathe, but you keep your hand as it is. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale out your nose. Breathe in just as you are. Hold the breath at the top. Press your right thumb to close off the right nostril and exhale out the left side only. Same side, breathe in the left nostril. Pause and switch. Press the ring finger into the left nostril and exhale out the right side. Same side, breathe in right nostril. Pause, close off the right, exhale left. Same side, breathe in left. Pause and switch, exhale right. Keep going on your own. Continue with this pranayama, with this breath practice. Just listen closely. We are all going to be at a different pace. But when you next exhale out the right nostril, I want you to keep the breath empty. Release the hand into your lap and let the chin fall into your throat. Keep the breath empty as long as you can. It's reasonably comfortable. And when you need to breathe in, keeping the eyes closed, you'll lift the chin, take a big drink of breath in through the nose, and then a sigh out the mouth. And then we'll meet here in this seat. We'll take a little bit of time for everyone to arrive. Gently blink your eyes open. Reacquaint yourself with right here. And then intentionally make your way down onto your backs. So we could just flop our way down, but I want you to place each hand with tension. And then lay down on the back. Lengthen the legs down Lengthen the arms overhead. And then roll through the wrists and ankles. Stretch the fingers wide. Make fists roll. Stretch the toes wide. Move the feet and the ankles. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And then let the knees fall over to the right for supine twist. The arms can be in any variation that allows you to feel an energy of heaviness through the shoulders, through both shoulders. So it could be wide like a T. It might be haloed overhead. Slow the breath, soften the breath. Begin to count your breath. And I want you to take 3 more unhurried breaths. And at the bottom of that third exhale, you will take this twist to the other side. Two more breaths as you are. And when you feel ready, you'll return onto your backs and take any last movements, fidgets that you need to set your body up for rest in Shavasana. And if you're not at the last song in that playlist, go ahead and mindfully make your way there. And then anything else that you need to feel complete, and then anything else that you need to feel comfortable in your final rest. So in Shavasana, you can lay down, take the body, like the arms and the legs wide, if that feels comfortable and safe and supportive for you. You can curl up to one side. If you're lying on your back, you might take pillows or a rolled up blanket behind your knees. A blanket or even a pillow across the belly or the thighs can be really grounding. 2 other options I'll give you. You can do a seated meditation if that suits your energy a little bit better today. Or you can move over to a wall, scoot your butt up against the wall, and lift the legs up for legs up the wall. You're not holding anyone up. So don't feel any sense of urgency, please. Take exactly what you need to support the body in rest. And then when you land in Shavasana, allow an exhale to come out the mouth. And be willing to allow the body to rest. You are exactly where you need to be. Nothing to fix. And nothing to change. Allow your breath to deepen. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, of your belly, of the lungs pressing through the ribs on your back into the ground. The next time that you exhale, soften the face, the eyebrows, the jaw, the ears. Let the teeth part. Let the tongue release from the roof of the mouth. Next time you exhale, release any gripping in the hands. On your next breath out, soften the chest and the belly. Let the feet relax, the legs. And then one by one, gently, begin to animate these parts of your body. Rock the head side to side. Open and close the mouth. Wiggle through the fingers. Roll through the wrists. Same thing with the feet. Wiggle through the toes. Roll through the ankles. Bend your knees. Bring the knees into your chest. And then roll over to one side. Pause there. You could use your forearm or blanket to support your head, but pause there on your side. I'm going to share a quote from Pema Chodron. It's a Buddhist teacher. She says, "We think that the point is to pass the test or overcome the problem, but the truth is that things don't really get solved. They come together and they fall apart. Then they come together again and fall apart again. And it's just like that. The healing comes from letting there be room for all of this to happen. Room for grief, for relief, for misery, and for joy." Let's say that again. The healing comes from letting there be room for all of this to happen. Room for grief, for relief, for misery, and for joy. What Pema teaches us is that our suffering comes from gripping to this idea, this ideal of what anything needs to look like, and of greeting ourselves with disappointment and judgment when it turns out different, when we react different, when our loved ones surprise us, maybe in ways we didn't like, when circumstances around us feel beyond our control. Because the truth is, they are always beyond our control. And that can sound scary, or it can sound like an invitation to surrender. And surrender doesn't mean not trying, and surrender doesn't mean not caring. But it means having a deep okayness, a greeting of whatever arises with equanimity and with trust that we have been training for this. Make your way to a seat. Press into your hands. Greet your way upright and commit your attention here. This is the practice. This is your last posture. Commit your attention exactly as you are. I'm going to sing this mantra through again a couple of times. You can join with me if you'd like. Find an intentional placement of your hands. It can be that courageous heart mudra we began with, simply hand to heart, hands in your lap. Take what you need. Close your eyes, listen, and maybe share. Sa Press your palms in front of your heart. Keep your attention here as best as you can. I invite you to take a moment of gratitude for yourself for prioritizing this practice. This practice that can empower you to greet what arises without panic. That's what we're doing. I thank you for showing up for yourselves, for one another, and from my heart to yours, namaste. All right. I appreciate you showing up. Please feel free to share this video with other folks, and I'll be making a couple a week, likely during this interesting quarantine time. So it'll hopefully get better and better every time. So let me know if there's anything particular that you want. I was thinking about doing a chair class, which would be really fun, because then you can do it when you're cooped up in your home office. So that's forthcoming, and just let me know if there's anything in particular you want to work on or specific times for the live stream that would work well for you. Anyway, I appreciate y'all showing up and putting in the work. Thanks.